Um, yeah, so I'm Jano. I'm Janelle. Um, I have not made a video on this channel in like over a year. And I mean, before I even get into this, I want to say thank you to people who leave comments on the short or any of the videos. I don't have a lot on my channel, so it's kind of cool to see that they still pop up on people's feeds and people still comment. And yeah, I just want to like especially shout out those people because I think that's really awesome. Um, I originally started this channel because I just wanted to throw up, some of the tips and tricks and whatever I did in 3D. And then obviously, like a year ago, I kind of stopped making content. And it's because I had gotten a new job and things were getting busy, and my fiance and I got engaged, and that was all really awesome. Um, so why am I back? I'm not the first person to make a video like this, and I'm not going to be the last. But I actually did just get laid off, which is crazy. My last day of work is going to be on the 15th of July, and I think I'm still in the grieving period of it. I'm not freaking out, but I'm not like, I don't know what comes next, I guess is where I'm going with this. I have gotten all of my jobs through my networking, through my careers. After I had my first animation job, that company shut down, and then I got a job at Ubisoft, and I worked there for a few years, and it was awesome, and I learned a lot about games. And my last job that I'm still technically at right now was this really, someone reached out to me on LinkedIn, a recruiter, and I like hopped on a call with her, and I kind of just took this like leap, and they were a startup, and it was like the best job I ever had. It was so sick, and that's why I stopped making content. Not intentionally. I didn't like decide I wasn't doing YouTube anymore, but things get busy. And I started working as a 3D environment supervisor at this job, and I loved the people, and it was so fun. And then like last year, they promoted me to the CG Supervisor role, and it was awesome, but it was long. It's a lot of work to be a CG Supervisor. And they were in LA, and I'm here on the East Coast, so there was a 4-hour difference, but I was just like really loving life. It was really good. It was really good while it lasted. And unfortunately, as the whole industry is struggling right now, the whole company is actually shutting down, so everybody is getting laid off. So it's not a personal thing, at least, so that's good. But I'm kind of at this, for the first time in my life, I am in this spot where I don't really know what comes next. There's not a lot of jobs on the market right now, especially for, yeah, are there 3D environment artist jobs? Yes, but there's only a few of them, and you have to live in the areas a lot of the time. They're not a lot of remote ones, and I don't feel like moving all my family and everybody I love, and they're all here in Nova Scotia, and I'm a small town girl, so I'm not like jumping to like move to Los Angeles or move to Toronto or any of those things. CG supervisor jobs are even harder to find. I really think that those are the types of jobs that you get a job in a studio and you get promoted up to those because you'll already know the pipeline. I don't think it's super often that companies will hire a CG supervisor that aren't already working at the company. So that one's even trickier. It was like my dream job. When I first got into animation like 10 years ago, I was like, CG supervisor, like that's where I want to be. And I managed, to get a CG supervisor job when I was 32 years old, and I think that's really awesome. So what now, I guess? What comes now? I am starting the application journey, but, and if something cool comes up, I'm gonna take it. Like I'm not gonna say like no to a sick job, but I'm kind of at this point in my life too where I really want to feel like I'm building something. So a few things could happen here. One, no matter what, I'm gonna start posting on the channel again. I've got a few things on the go. There's a couple projects on the go that I'm really excited to share with people. So you can expect to see some more of that. I am I'm doing some freelance as an art director on this really cool project called May or May Not. It is going to be a Steam release. I'll share a link to the wishlist page for that down in the description here if you want to go wishlist it. But yeah, it's gonna be super fun, stylized, creepy, cozy. It's gonna be really cool. Kind of working on some freelance, gonna show off some videos. I've gotten permission to show work in progresses of those things, so I'm gonna be doing some content around that. The second thing is that me and my fiance, some of you might know him from his channel, we are actually working on our own game as well. So we love to cook, we love to do things together, so we're working on this cute little co-op cooking game, but I'm not gonna share too much about that yet until we have our wishlist page up. But once the wishlist page is up, we're in the process of incorporating our company right now. So when that goes up, I'll start sharing some content about that. I'm very, very excited about that. And I really want to push to make those things. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, even though there's not a lot of content on it, seeing my face is not something I really did too much. You might have watched a Twitch vlog, or really that's it, a Twitch vlog. You might have, yeah, maybe you've watched a Twitch vlog or one of my live streams, and then, I posted over here. That's really the only time I ever showed my face. I didn't really do a lot of vlogging content. I don't do a lot of the in a day of the life or Sunday reset or any of those things. I'm a mess in real life, so I don't do any of those things. But maybe I will. I don't know. The two things that my free time has really been taken up by is working on this freelance and working on our project. And then the other thing is that doing some weightlifting, powerlifting, going for swims, general fitness stuff that never really felt like it belonged on this channel. And I still don't know if it does. I would kind of like to post some stuff about it, but I've always kind of been on the fence about whether I would or not, because algorithm, whatever, try to not mix it up too much. What was I gonna say? I don't really know what I want to do with this video. I kind of just felt like I needed to make it so that I was kind of ripping off the band-aid about coming back and making some content and starting to get into the habit and the process again. Obviously I am straight out of the shower. I did not get ready to put this video together. I kind of just turned the camera on and started talking. But I think it's kind of a good start, maybe. If you've watched any of the videos on my channel, or if you're already following, I'd be really curious to see what more you'd want to see. That would be a great comment to leave below. Some of the things that I've already done would be general time lapses, maybe the tips and tricks videos. I know a lot of people specifically are looking for some stylized tutorials. Maybe it's just some work in progress art time lapses and I'm talking over them. I'm not totally sure. I'm about to have a lot of free time in the next few weeks, and I really am not the kind of person, idle hands. I can't sit still. I can't do nothing for a while, and I think that I really do want to try enjoying my summer, because I haven't had a summer off since I was 14 or 15 years old. I've been working forever. Even when I was working full-time job, even when I was working as CG Supervisor, I was still doing freelance and stuff in my free time. And even during this layoff period, I'm still going to be doing freelance. So it's not like I'm not working at all, but I am going to have more free time than I even have ever really known what to do with. So I'm going to try to enjoy it, but I also want to feel like I am like working towards something and building towards something, because I have a real personal problem with feeling like I'm backtracking in my career. I'm such a career person. It's a problem. It's probably a bit of a problem, actually. And I always have this thing where I always want to feel like I'm moving up to the next level. So now that I've kind of reached CG Supervisor, even though it was kind of short-lived, it was like a year, I'm going to have a real personal problem, just like with myself, with, going back to like a junior intermediate role. I have to work on my portfolio even if I want to get those things, because once you get into management, like, you're not really doing the work anymore. You're not making the production art anymore. So a lot of the stuff in my portfolio is kind of dated now, with the exception of like a few environments that I made at this gig that I was just working. So I'm like applying, but I need to work on those things. It feels like there's a lot to do. It feels a little bit overwhelming, but I'm trying to not think about it too much. Me and my friends keep joking that we're gonna just like win the lottery, and hopefully that's just the way it plays out, but obviously it won't. So I really don't know what I want to do with this video, but I figured I'd record it, put it up, see if anybody's hanging out, wants to talk, do some stuff. I'll probably be on Twitch again in the next few weeks. I'm trying to just kind of get my bearings and take a little bit of the time for the grieving process in between work. Since I'm still technically working for a couple more weeks, I'll probably wait like a week after so I can be like, what does it feel like to not have to work for, the 8 to 10 hours a day? And then just kind of go from there, figure it out. I feel pretty good about it, weirdly enough, and maybe it's because it hasn't like really happened yet. I still kind of have some time to like talk to everybody. The few people that are still there, they're kind of like slowly rolling us off, which is kind of the worst part about it. The people I worked with were the best part. But yeah, I don't even know what the content is going to look like for the next little bit, but at least there will be some, because there wasn't before. There hasn't been for a while. And I want to change that. I have been really, even though I wasn't making content, I was always like reading the comments, and I know that I would like reply like months after because I wasn't super consistent in checking them. But I do have some ideas of what I want to be making next. There's a couple of portfolio pieces that I already want to start working on. So once I have those planned out, I'm going to start recording those. If there's anything like specific people would want to see, I would be super interested in that. 3D art, how do you make this? How do you do that? Anything like that. I was thinking about doing some games. I don't know if people, I'm kind of afraid to mix up the channel. I'm playing a lot of Repo. If anybody's ever interested in watching me play Repo, maybe I'll do that on Twitch or something. I'm clearly feeling very scatterbrained about everything, but whatever. We do it one step at a time. My grandmother has this saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So that's what we're going to do. We are taking it one step at a time. We're going to see where things go. And I'm going to keep you updated, because what else am I going to do? Who else am I going to talk to? I have been working remote for the last few years, and I hang out with my friends. I have people in the city. I have my like little cluster of buddies that I go out with. I just came back from bowling, which I also really love. But it's weird to lose this, network of coworkers where you're talking every day. You have so many meetings every day, and then suddenly you just don't. Like, especially because the company is shutting down. It's just not some people getting laid off. It's like everybody went silent online, and they're all in LA. So they're able to like see each other. But when you work remotely in that situation, it's very weird. I love working remotely. I love being at home. I hated having to travel into work. I hate like losing hours of my day to, the transit. But this is like a whole different situation. The company shutting down and then nobody being around to talk to, I don't like. I'm not a fan of that part. So we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna get a little bit more social and a little bit more active and do some stuff. So that's it. That's all I have to say. I will probably be more organized in my next videos. Maybe I'll have a nicer background than my half-finished gym and the utility closet, but we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna try to, you know, brand ourselves a little bit, you know, kind of we're gonna work on the channel, we're gonna work on the content, and yeah, we're gonna build something. We're gonna try to build something. So we'll see how it goes. But I just want to put this really raw and disjointed and unorganized video onto the internet so that I could say that I did and kind of start this process. And I'm excited to have you guys along with me on the journey. That's all. Bye. Love you.